Hello everybody, welcome to 2025. Before we get too fast going headlong into the new year, we wanted to take a minute and have all of our editors share some of their highlights from 2024. It was a crazy year with like non-stop launches, new products, and everything coming out. So it was a struggle at times to keep up, but we were thankful and had a blast doing our best anyhow. So here's my dirty dozen, 12 things I really liked from 2024 and 2 things I'm very excited about in 2025. So the first thing I'm going to point out are my shoes. Fox Union Boas. I have 3 pairs of these shoes that I've been kind of rotating through, and I absolutely love them. I've had them for 2 years now. The durability, longevity of them, for me, I've been extremely happy. Pressure washing them, snow, mud, sand, desert, rock, and cactus, you name it, they've been through it. And I just absolutely love them. They're super comfy. I've got no complaints, really. I absolutely love the shoe. The next standout product to me is the Arron Nebo Peak with the Kids Ride shotgun attachment. It's allowed me to take my 3-year-old daughter with me out on mountain bike rides that she couldn't quite do under her own power just yet. And in my head, I'm thinking about it's letting her see lines and what's possible and what you can let a bike handle as it rolls over chunkier terrain, and just getting her used to more speed and comfort over rough stuff. But in the right now, just being able to go out there and hear her observations and what she's seeing and experiencing for the first time was absolutely amazing, and I loved every bit of that. So moving into another product, the Raceface Chester grips. They've got a 31 and a 34 mil grip, and I absolutely love them. And it's actually, I've converted a couple of guys on the team to have those, some friends who've also ridden test bikes. They now own these grips, so I really dig the Raceface Chester grips. Super solid all around. Moving into another kind of a smaller product, and that's been my favorite knee pad. Those are the Ninja Speed Kings. I pretty much wear those on anything from like 120 mil to 150, maybe some light 160 days. But if I'm looking for like an all day insanely comfortable pad, I don't even know it's there, but still feel pretty safe about wearing, the Ninja Speed King, for me, I absolutely love them. So we'll move into a bike that's kind of in that all mountain category that absolutely stood out to me, and that is the Norco Sight. We had the C2 model that we tested, but it might be a little bit of a shock for some of you. I know I'm not normally the biggest high pivot fanboy, but Norco was able to blend 2 things that are really important and matter to me, and which sometimes can't always be found on one chassis, and they were able to make it happen. And that is a poppy, playful, and lively bike off the top, but a bike that's also stable, planted, and eats up the chatter and chunder that we kind of, or I seek out in the high desert. So I really like a bike that's supple and smooth, but still can pop off the ground and little features without taking a whole ton of effort and you know, energy to pop off the ground. Moving into my favorite e-bike of the year, the Bosch equipped Pivot Shuttle LT, specifically the model that we have on test, which has the Fox Live Valve Neo coil. That Live Valve Neo is an amazing product. But on that bike, which is already a bike that, you know, I've picked as my, you know, MTB winner in the last 2 shootouts in a row, I absolutely love that bike. It is so fun, capable, well-rounded, and playful that it's the e-bike I find myself grabbing most of the time when I go out to ride. Speaking of Fox products, the GripX2 Damper is my favorite suspension product of the year, I would say. Definitely my favorite fork. We've tested them on the Fox 40s, 38s, 36s, and that GripX2 Damper is absolutely amazing. It's a very notable difference, and I think they did a great job with that. The RockShox Vivid Ultimate Rear Shock. That rear shock is also a phenomenal suspension product. I think we were counting it the other day. I think we've tested 8 of those shocks on different test bikes, e-bikes, enduro bikes, SL, you name it. We've tested that, actually downhill bikes as well. We've ridden a lot of those shocks, and every one of them has felt really, really good. an amazing shock that blends a really nice coil suppleness, but with a slightly more damped and controlled feel. So yeah, RockShox have done an awesome job with that rear shock, so props for that. So moving away from bike stuff for a minute, I, with some reservation and sadness, got rid of the Econoline van and have gone the way of the Ford Transit. It's all-wheel drive, it's taller inside, it's got more space inside. I can drive faster thanks to that turbo EcoBoost turbo motor. So I miss the style, the boxiness, and being a little bit different. You know that the Econolines are just, they're badass. And I've gone the way of the Ford Transit, and it's awesome. I got to admit, it is comfortable. It is so much quieter. I've got remote start. Like, it's like stepping into the lap of luxury after being in like a loud, rattly tin can for like, I got my first van in 2008 or 9, so it's been a long time driving Econolines. So yeah, the Transit all-wheel drive, pretty solid. So now I'm going to move into two experiential things that were massive highlights for me in 2024. The first is a recent trip I just got back from, and that was the skills clinic I did with Arron, Gwin, and Dakota Norton at Windrock Bike Park. There is, I know I talked about a lot of like product stuff. There's no better return on investment for making you a better, faster rider, and safer, I would say, than going to a skills clinic with a professional rider, you know, especially with the pedigree like Arron, Gwin, and Dakota Norton have, and the way that they can communicate their skills and knowledge. It was absolutely an amazing time. The people there from all walks of life were awesome. Everyone went away more confident, faster, safer riders, and yeah, just, I mean, memories that are going to last far beyond whatever new product you buy for your bike. So skills clinic at Windrock with Arron, Gwin, and Dakota Norton, definitely a highlight for me. Skills I'm going to take away and keep practicing to my own riding for the future. The next experiential highlight for me was our Lone Wolf World Tread Adventures field trip down to Costa Rica. By the way, we got a few seats left for the next trip in January. We're hoping to make this like an annual event because it is so much fun. Same thing, right? We had people from all over that we'd never met, right? And everyone's getting together, sharing meals, hopping in shuttle trucks together, riding, learning from each other, pushing each other, and just hanging out in the sunshine by the beach, in a jungle, not freezing in the rain. So to me, that was an absolutely amazing trip and great experience from 2024. Something else that stands out to me, and something I kind of wish I had on right now, but I'm testing this new Yeti jacket, which is doing all right, and that is the Outdoor Research Deviate hoodie. I have got some thin desert blood, and when it gets cold, I get cold. So I also have a problem with overheating very quickly, and that Outdoor Research Deviate hoodie does an amazing job of keeping me warm, but almost never having me overheat, which is kind of like an impressive characteristic, I'd say. So yeah, the Deviator hoodie from Outdoor Research, a solid product all around. I think that's all 12 of my things. So moving into 2025, what are two things I'm excited about? Well, the first thing that I'm actually very excited about is our new members platform. And there's a few reasons I'm excited about it. We rolled it out in December, and I'm so honored and stoked to say we have 50 members already. But the conversations that we've had, the questions that we've asked them and they've asked us, have been really amazing, and the community that we're starting to build there is rad. And I'm just so stoked because the bike brands and clothing and accessory brands have been really stoked at the reception of this members platform as well. So we've mailed out, I want to say, like probably $1,500 worth of product to members in that platform already, for our new readers review column, which is going to be starting in 2025. And so that's kind of part of this big umbrella that I'm excited about. I'm really stoked to create more of a community. We're going to have those members test and review products for our website. They get to keep those products for themselves, as sort of an offset, right, to the cost of joining that members platform, which we tried to keep pretty reasonable and affordable. But at the same time, that funding is going to be used to help us create more and better content Also, to have more budget to pay photographers and videographers that are outside of our network, that are covering events or wanting to, create content and just don't have a place to share it, but they need budget to make it happen. So we're really stoked to be able to just build and spread the love to both, members by giving them really awesome discount codes and free gear, and also being able to help pay those photographers, videographers, even some up and coming racers. So I'm really optimistic. And if you guys feel like being part of a fun community that gives us inputs, gets sneak peek of new stuff that's not yet out, like the really cool secret helmet that you guys maybe have been asking me about in the last 6 months of videos, you're going to get a lot of sneak peek access and chances to win those products in the members platform. So there's my sales pitch. But I am genuinely excited. I love interacting with people and I love our community, and I'm so stoked for that. The second thing I am excited about in 2025 is a bit selfish. That is, the Bike Park Review Tour is back. Yes, I am stoked. I know we test a lot of e-bikes. That's what the industry is excited about. That's what consumers are excited about. My first ever bike race was a downhill bike race when I was 14 and a half. Downhill bikes have always had a special spot in my heart. It is what I love. It is my favorite type of riding. And thanks to Pivot Cycles and Fox Racing, we are going to be embarking on a new season of the Bike Park Review Tour that we had to basically cancel when COVID started and bike parks shut down, and we couldn't really go anywhere. So I'm very, very excited to go out and ride a bunch of new bike parks and maybe stop at a couple of our favorites and create some really cool videos. Of course, riding my brand new Pivot Phoenix that I bought, and another secret bike that's coming out, but I can't say anything about just yet. So as well as some pretty sweet new secret Fox stuff that we can't talk about either. So stay tuned for that, guys. Let us know if there's any bike parks you think we should check out. And again, if you're one of our members, stay tuned, because we're going to invite you guys to come join us at one of our stops if it happens to be near you. So thank you guys again. Without you watching, reading, sharing our content, and being engaged in the comments, we wouldn't be fortunate enough to be out here doing this stuff. So it really means a lot, and appreciate it greatly. Thank you guys for the support. Hopefully we'll see you guys out on the trails. Take it easy.